everybody. Welcome to ABA Inside Track Preview Edition number 26. I'm your host, Robert Perry Cruz, and with me are my fabulous co-hosts.
Hey, Rob, it's Diana.
And it's Jackie.
Jackie, welcome back to the preview episode. We missed you last time.
I know, I was snowed in. I tried. It was difficult.
It was not worth it.
No.
She drove all the way here, but it was too icy, so she turned all the way back and went home.
And it took me 3 hours. Just kidding.
Well, welcome, everybody. If you're new to the show, ABA Inside Track is a podcast, and I guess a video cast, where we talk about research related to the field of behavior analysis, applied behavior analysis, to be precise. And in between our full episodes, where we'll talk about articles related to a specific topic in the field, we do these little preview episodes to let you know what you should be reading to prepare for our discussion on our full episode, to share things from our community, and just to generally chat about whatever comes to mind, I guess. So next week, our topic is going to be a very popular ethics-related topic. Now, if you are a BCBA or BCABA listening to the show, you know that our full-length episodes do count as continuing education credits.
Woo-woo!
And next week's episode is going to be on a topic that will net you 1 ethics CE.
Oh my goodness.
So we assume it will
Rob,
be
can you
popular.
make this blink ethics?
I can try. It's hard enough editing these things and getting them out on
I think
time.
that we already got that done. I think that's all we need.
Okay, good.
I'll try. I'll see what I can do. So our topic is on the idea of disseminating behavior analysis in a way that doesn't make people mad when they're not behavior analysts. And Diana, what was the fun title that you came up with for the episode?
How to talk to non-behavior analysts without really trying.
Okay. Now you actually do have to try though.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a joke. But the articles we're going to read, we actually have 5. They're all from. It sounds pretty intense, but
It's
only
like
one
back
of them
in
is.
Putting you guys
Cool.
through the paces this week.
I know. Only one of them is more than 2 pages long. They're very short, and they're not really research designs so much as discussion pieces using various other articles and books. But
A whole podcast on Dissemination Station, basically.
I know.
Yeah.
We were barely getting sound effects in. We'll just make shoo sounds the whole time, I suppose. So to preview the articles we will be reading, they're all from Behavior Analysis in Practice. The first is Ask the Experts. How can new students defend behavior analysis from misunderstandings? By Bercirevic. And that's from Behavior Analysis in Practice 2014. The next article, 10 Rules for Discussing Behavior Analysis by Critchfield, also from BAP 2014. Then, some useful resources for students who are tempted to bring enlightenment to errant non-behaviorists by Todd from BAP 2014. Then, Maintaining Professional Relationships in an Interdisciplinary Setting. Strategies for Navigating Non-Behavioral Treatment Recommendations for Individuals with Autism by Broadhead from Behavior Analysis in Practice 2015.
Hey, spoiler alert, that one has a decision tree.
Oh, yes, it
we
does.
all love the decision tree.
So you want to make sure you get a copy of that one. And then finally, the very short, In Response, Maintaining Professional Relationships in an Interdisciplinary Setting, Strategies for Navigating Non-Behavioral Treatment, Recommendations for Individuals with Autism by Lucelli from that same issue of Behavior Analysis in Practice. So a lot of articles, but they're pretty quick reads, and they are very fascinating topics. It's like those clickbait articles at the bottom of your internet webpage where it's like, things about disseminating information. You won't believe the one about decision tree.
You won't believe number 7.
I always am like, what was number 7?
I always go back and check.
Me
That
too.
one was no better than any of the others.
We have 50 articles. You won't believe the last picture of the article we have where we're hugging it or something.
That's awesome.
All right, so those are our articles for next week.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome topic.
It's fun.
I'm really excited. And it's a really relevant topic to many, many practitioners who are out there working with other folks not in the behavior analytic field. I think we all encounter those situations, and sometimes you're not sure what to say or how best to say what you know. So we're going to talk all about that, and I'm really excited.
Yeah. You say, hey, you, get your damn hands off behavior analysis.
That's right.
So it's just like Back to the Future.
I know.
There's a reference.
I don't think I can take that kind of rejection.
Doug, what's your Back to the Future quote?
Well,
Have you never seen Back to the Future?
well,
We have to remedy this immediately. I'm sorry. This podcast is over.
you guys all have to remember that I watch bad TV.
That's a movie.
I watch bad movies. I was watching a
This is
show,
a highly consumable movie.
so I should watch it.
Yeah, you'd love it.
I just want you to know that I just finished a Hallmark series called, I forgot what it was called.
Not
It
without
was
my
so
Back to the Future.
good.
Cedar Cove. 2 seasons.
You don't
Annie
remember
Mc-
the name of it?
Annie McDowell was in it.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I have been watching. So
Wow.
come on.
okay.
I do have to watch Back to the Future.
She had
Marty-
a house in
Marty
the town that I
McFly.
grew up in.
Really?
Yeah, she summered there. Yeah.
Oh, Marty McFly.
Mm-hmm.
1201. These are the things I know about.
I don't know what
Back to the
1201
Future.
means.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I,
Sorry, guys. I let you all down.
well,
okay.
off
Okay.
camera, I'll lend you our Blu-rays. You
Okay,
can take
good.
those with you. This episode almost came to a screeching halt. Speaking of movies, Diana,
Right.
you and I watched a movie on Netflix a little while ago,
Mm-hmm.
and you chose it, and I was
Mhm.
sitting there, so I also watched it.
So kind of you.
I was
Why
not
don't-
here.
Why don't you tell us? Before we get into that great segue, the next section is our errata segment where we'll talk about any corrections that we get from folks, or emails, or just things that we think might be relevant to our listeners and watchers. So anyway, Netflix movie, go.
Yeah. So it was a documentary which can be found on Netflix, and it was called Aspergers R Us. Have you heard of this, Jackie?
No, but there's also one on Netflix called Autism in Love.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I haven't watched it. It's on
I'm
my
watching
list.
that next. Okay.
It's on my list.
This was a really interesting documentary, and it followed 4 individuals who were all diagnosed with, at the time, it was Asperger's, because they're all adults now. And they met at a summer camp, and
Oh, that sounds good.
yeah, it doesn't follow that part of the story. It
Oh.
picks up later. But one of them was a counselor there, and then 3 of them were students at the summer camp. And then once they had all graduated, they formed a comedy troupe together. So they had been doing shows, and the documentary followed them preparing for their last show, because they were all about to go live in different parts of the world.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. The guys were legitimately really funny.
It was sketch comedy.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sketch
fun.
comedy show.
comedy show. So they walked through all of their different practices, and the dynamics between the group were the main focus of the story, and it was really neat. The older guy was a great speaker, and he was able to really bring you into the world that he was experiencing, and talking about all the different ways that he might perceive things differently than other people. And he had a really nice way about him, and a nice way with the younger members of the troupe, and sort of giving them space and helping them learn how to navigate being an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So it was neat, and they showed part of the show at the end, and it was really funny, and
Mhm.
it was a really cool
And
documentary.
they wanted to make it clear they were not a group that was doing a comedy show about Asperger's, about having Asperger's. They were comedians who all happened to have been diagnosed with Asperger's. And they were always willing to talk about the experience or what it was like, but that wasn't the point of the show. They weren't doing comedy related to a disability.
No.
They, I think, are touring now
Oh yeah.
because I saw an advertisement for them.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their webpage, it might just be aspergersrus.com, but I did go to their webpage, and
Right.
and they were either about to tour or they had some dates. I think they've been in this area before, so if
They're
you were
from
interested,
this area.
yes,
Yeah.
Our area, yeah.
yep. So if you're interested, you could check out the documentary or check out their website, and maybe go catch a show.
Fun.
Yeah, it was cool. And the guy said, I don't care if you think this is funny or not. We think that we're funny, and that's all that matters.
That's how I live my life, really.
It's good.
Yeah.
Be true to yourself.
I think there's most sketch comedy groups are just, well, let's try to make ourselves laugh and
Yeah.
pray
Yeah.
for the best. That's about all you can do, I think.
But it was good. I recommend it.
Excellent. All right. The only other piece of errata I can think of is if you haven't been to the ABA Inside Track webpage, we have had some requests of, hey, where can I find old episodes? And certainly if you're just trying to listen through iTunes or Stitcher or Google Music, you can just kind of go through the archive there pretty easily. But if you'd rather go to the webpage to find the links to the actual original articles and related videos and links to the research itself, we now have a new previous episodes page,
Yay!
which we spent a lot of time working on.
Well, Rob did.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't.
we did it together. You had the idea, and we kind of got it to work, and I think it'll work. But it is a much more visual and I think a lot easier to navigate than the old one. So that should be up by the time this goes up.
Yeah.
It's done. I just have to remember if I click make this the actual page you should be linking to page. I think I didn't. I'll do that soon. But by the time this goes up, it'll be live, and we'll put a link on the Facebook page.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for doing that.
But of course, not a problem. Anything to help people find what it is we're making.
We have a lot of episodes now, so it's much easier now to scroll back and look and see what might be a cool topic and what you might be interested in if you're just now joining us.
Yes. You can listen by the topic you like. You probably should just listen every single week total because it's just that good a show.
That's true.
I was told by someone, not me. I didn't say that. Somebody else said it. A critic, maybe, of podcasts.
Podcast critic.
Podcast critic. All right. Well, that's all we've got for our preview episode. We'll be back next week with our full-length episode. In the meantime, please follow us on Twitter or go to our Facebook page where we've been really trying to put up articles pretty frequently. Hopefully not so frequently they annoy people, but we've been trying to do a lot of repeated either articles related to the topic we're discussing or just articles of interest to practitioners of behavior analysis. And I've been trying to keep up with Bad Science Saturday. So every morning finding an article related to bad science. Which,
dun, dun, dun.
so please take a look there and share and comment and all that jazz. You can email us with feedback or with just topics you're interested in at abainsidetrack@gmail.com. And that's all the places you can find us. So that's all. That's all we've got for our preview episode.
That's it.
So we'll be back with another full-length episode on the topic of how to talk to non-behavior analysts without really trying.
Or at a party.
Or at a party. That was the alternate title.
Yeah, but we weren't really at a party at an IEP meeting.
Right, yeah.
No.
Most IEP meetings are not parties.
It's like a party, you know.
Not so much.
It's a party at the IEP meeting.
And you do have
everyone's
to try,
invited.
but maybe after listening, it'll be a little bit easier.
We hope so.
Yeah.
All right, well, until next week, I should say, keep responding. Bye.